Alright, hi guys, I'm Parham. I'm here to tell you that I got the purest, juiciest, best looking beef out there. Now before I get stopped for sexual harassment, I'm going to tell you guys what that means, okay? Beef is an acronym for how to shoot a basketball. Alright, and now, we all been there. We all gone through physical education throughout our lives, okay? Physical education throughout our lives, and there's like certain sports that we have to take. And one of those sports was basketball. So, our teachers taught us that what the fundamentals are, the rules and all that, and we're all there ignoring them as usual, with our hands on our noses, not paying attention, right? Why do we need to know this? I'll tell you why, because you're sitting right here paying attention to me talking about basketball, okay? So this is what beef stands for. Both hands have to be on the ball, eyes on the target, elbows at a 90-degree angle, and following through. So according to Jackie L. Hudson, Department of Health and Physical Education of Rice University, Houston, Texas, the art of shooting is a combination of endless segmental contributions in conjunction with numerous projection angles and velocities, which can result in the ball falling directly or indirectly into the basket. Get that? No. Exactly. So in simpler terms, you have to have a fundamental basis on how to shoot a shot in order for you to have the highest percent chance of the ball going in. And basically that's what it is. All these four little things that I've highlighted are how you do it. So let's dissect it. First thing is both hands on the ball. What you need to do is find a comfortable grip on the ball. You have the ball in your hands, you palm it in a way that you're comfortable with it so that you can't so it's not taken away from you, so that you can bring it up whenever you want, so it's all comfortable. It's all about comfort. Alright? The second part of it, you have to have your stance. Your stance, okay, is with your legs. When you have the ball, you don't want to have your knees buckled up like this, where you're balancing like you're gonna fall. You don't want to out like a sumo wrestler. No, you want to have a good stance, usually shoulder width apart, so that you have a firm base that you can elevate and have enough strength to bring it up. That's the first step. As you can see here, that's how I hold it, and I don't know why it's pixelated. It was HD when I had it, but yeah, it's pixelated right now, and that's me with my stance and how I shoot. Second is eyes on the prize, people. I can't express this enough. Rim, 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 rim. I don't know how many people I've met in my life that don't even look when they're shooting. How can you possibly make a shot if you're the basket's over here? No, there's no way. You have to look. You have to focus on what you're trying to do. It's like anything in life. You have to be attentive to your surroundings, and you have to focus in on stuff. If you're trying to read something, you can't be on your phone and expect to understand what you read. You just have to focus on it. And that's what it is. That's why I give you two different angles of the rim. Visualize it from every aspect, people. Every aspect. Up, down, left, right. I don't care. Just visualize. See the rim. Okay? That's the second step. That's eyes on the prize. Now your third step. No, actually, that's still the same step. Let's go back to this one. I don't want to go down one yet. This one, I have to tell you that I'm not just the only one that says it. It's scientifically proven. You know how it's scientifically proven? I have research on it. Okay? It says, according to an article on Basketball Breakthrough website, last updated on April 15, 2014, to improve accuracy, locate the target, which is the rim, as early as possible, and keep your eyes on the target and do not follow the flight of the ball. In other words, you have to focus on the rim at all times, and when you shoot the ball and you release the ball, don't look at it go in. Look at the basket, okay? So this leads us to the third step, which is elbows at a 90-degree angle. This is probably the most tedious aspect of it, because you got to be specific in order to get the best chance of it going in. So for those of you guys who failed geometry, 90-degree angle is right here. That little square that we have, you guys might not remember. Math, why do we need it? This is why you need it. Math and communications, who would have thought, right? So what you have to do is have that 90-degree angle, which allows you to have the strength of it. Because if you don't have it to here, you can't release the ball. If you have it too back, you're I don't know what this motion is. It's not fun. It's not fun. And another thing that you have to realize is you have to have the ball perpendicular to your arm. So perpendicular, we all know, is that little motion in math that we always have, and then parallel is the little two lines. So imagine the ball right here is perpendicular to your arm. This gives you the best chance of it going in. And it's all about the form. It's all about the correct way of shooting it. Because if you don't shoot it in these certain ways, you're not going to have the ball go in. And you're just not. It's just not going to go in. And the last one is probably the most crucial one, which is the following through aspect of it. This is, I don't know how to express this enough. Okay? You can have the greatest position. You can bring it up. It all comes down to releasing your shot. It all comes down to releasing it. Okay? And according to a popular mechanics website, releasing the ball at a 52-degree angle gives it optimal rate of success, which means that you have to shoot it at a 52-degree velocity for it to have the highest mathematical percentage of going in. I've conducted more research, and I said that around 45 to 55 degrees is what you need for it to have good enough chance. But if you're to have it mathematically the highest percent of your shot going in, you want to shoot the ball every time at 52 degrees, so it has a good angle of velocity to it. Now, right here, you see him. This is him following through right here, and the ball is released. I don't know what exactly it is because I'm a protractor, but this seems like the best picture out there, right? And what you have to know is that when you release the ball, the last finger that has to touch it, or whichever one is the shooting hand, is either your right or your left index fingers. That's the most crucial part, because you don't want to be shooting the ball with your palm. You want to have it on your fingers, and when you want to shoot it with your index finger, so you create backspin. And what's necessary about the backspin is that it gives it a touch. What a touch is that softness. It's when if you don't manage to hit it, swish right and directly into the net, you have a touch where if it hits the backboard, it hits the rim, it has a better chance of going and falling in. I don't know how many guys have seen sports or basketball, but sometimes the ball doesn't just go in. Sometimes it's hit off the glass and it goes in. Sometimes it bounces off the iron and goes in. And that's what that backspin is there for. That backspin is there to generate that touch. And that's what you need in order to have a perfect chance of going in. So in recap, what's necessary is that you have to put it all together. You have to have your stance, have a good grip on the ball, right? Figure out what's most comfortable with you. Get low, bring it up, 90-degree angle, perpendicular to your hand. Release it with your index finger last touching the ball to create the best amount of rotation for the ball to go in. Thank you.